and right near the facility. But Texas Tech owns it and just values that connection. And it makes this week and weekend feel bigger. How connected are you guys when things like this do happen? And I remember basketball, Kentucky, Kansas, the massive games, same thing. Just feels like Texas Tech is willing to be innovative when it comes to these sort of moments.
Yeah, we've talked about it. We talked about it a lot. Believe me, there's plenty of people that didn't want to let them go out there, right? We had plenty of conversations, but in the end, you have to have it. And I think you're right. There's something very unique about Texas Tech about it. I think we just had to lean. If we had to do it over again, we would do it differently on some of the rules and some things we would have set up for them and established for them. And we know better now moving forward. But for the most part, I mean, they were very easy to work with. And then I was out there this morning, 6:30 or so, handing out the wristbands, and very orderly. It could have been chaotic. It wasn't. And I just think it shows. The thing I was worried about, and I'm still worried about, is you mentioned the Kentucky game, and we had game day for Kentucky, that we had students come to game day and we guaranteed them access to the game. So a lot of students felt like I had to go to game day, so I can't get to the game. So we had about 1,000 empty student seats for the Kentucky game. And as great as that atmosphere was, we had a bunch of empty seats. Mm-hmm. So I don't want that to happen this weekend. So we decided, let's be very transparent with the students. We're giving out, you have 12,000 seats. We've given out 2,000 wristbands. That still means there's 10,000 seats available. Even after the early people get in tomorrow morning by 8:15, there's still going to be a lot of good seats left for the students. And so I think hopefully we've messaged that properly to them and get it out that way.
Yeah, obviously Texas Tech is known for rowdy environments and just a rabid fan base.
Yeah.
What are you expecting tomorrow? I know it's early kick at 11 a.m. I like the early kick, to be honest with you, just with game day moving inside. But what are your thoughts on the atmosphere tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's going to be nuts. I really do. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think so. I think this game is so big. I don't think, and our students don't get it, right? They don't get how big this game is.
Sure.
For those of us that have lived through some bad times. Mm-hmm. And so tomorrow is so huge. I told Joey this last Saturday after we beat Kansas State. I said, man, I just thank you as a Tech fan. To be in this position, it's something that we should really, really cherish, that we're here. And I'm it's cool that these students are going to go, hey man, this is what we do here at Texas Tech. We compete for championships every year, but we all know it hasn't always been that way. And so I think tomorrow is going to be, it's going to be explosive. We've got some huge guests coming, with Patrick Mahomes coming. Taylor Swift is not going to be here.
We've had people ask.
I've had people ask me, hey, we've heard Taylor Swift's security details here checking things out. It's like a coaching search when, hey, Nick Saban's wife was looking for real estate. It was the same thing. I was like, no, Taylor's security's not here. If they are, they're very good because we didn't know.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah.
So they might be. She's actually right outside of us.
Welcome, Taylor.
That's fantastic. So I think it's just going to be a really, anytime Patrick's here, that's huge. He's going to be guest picker. We announced yesterday, we teased yesterday, George Strait, who's going to be here in April to play in the stadium. And I think people thought he was going to be the guest picker for a little bit, but it was always going to be Patrick. And for Patrick, it was just coming down to, they lost against Buffalo. Monday, Patrick was pretty down. He didn't really want to be the guy to go, and man, we just lost, and now I'm coming to do this, and we're going to do some things with his team, Mahomes, tomorrow. But, after a couple of days, he was like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be the guest picker. So it's going to be and again, I'm just blown away by what's happening. Just the national media here, the McAfee show. I don't know if y'all watched it. McAfee brought the horse into the
we saw it here earlier.
Yeah, we were down there.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable, and he was great. We gave him a bunch of Mahomes gear. Mahomes sent it to him, and he put it on. I think Mahomes was interested in giving Herb Street a jersey because Herb Street has been critical of Adidas jerseys, I think. So Mahomes is interested in doing that. So it's going to be, all these things coming together are really so great for Tech and our fans, and the fans that aren't here in Lubbock to get to enjoy it outside the community. That's great as well.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Another big thing in Tech athletic department recently is the rebrand. I want to hear your thoughts on that. When did the athletic department decide to go through with that, and what all has gone into rebranding to the flat double T?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time coming. I think I'm trying to think of the years, 2018, 2017, somewhere there. Under Armour was here at the time, and Kevin Plank, the Under Armour CEO, the band had done a Under Armour logo on the field, and he turned to Kirby, and we thought he was going to go, hey, that's cool. They did our logo. And he said, y'all need to look at your logo, right? It's not a great logo to work with. It's time for a refresh. So we started then thinking about it. We talked about it a little bit. We did some preliminary work. Then COVID hit, so everything got kind of put off. Then when we kind of got back up to full speed, we hired a company, LDWW, that does a lot of work with the Big 12 and CFP to do some focus groups with our fans to ask them about the double T's. And it came across that, well, no, every double T is a great double T, right? Everyone loved the beveled one. Everyone loved the flat double T. It's just there was more kind of affection to the flat double T. The designers, the Adidas designers, the Under Armour designers had always said it's hard to work with the beveled double T. It's too many colors. If you look at a hat like this, make Love It Great Again hat. If you put a Tech logo on it, the beveled one, when it's small, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look fantastic, and it's because it's just hard to replicate with so many colors. So we decided, and we worked with campus, and campus said, hey, we want to keep the beveled double T. So we really thought it would be kind of the best of both worlds. If you love the beveled double T, you're still going to be able to use it, still be on stationery, still be on letterhead, still be used by your college or wherever you went to school. Athletics is just going to lean into the flat double T. It's not unheard of for athletic departments and universities to have separate logos. And so we decided to make the splash and do it. We needed to announce when we did for a couple of reasons. One, for retailers. Two, we just wanted to take advantage of the time frame of when we announced it. And, I had a student call me very upset, said she was going to start a petition. And I asked her, I said, well, what's your gripe? And she said, well, a lot of organizations are really mad. And I said, well, they shouldn't be mad. They still can use the bevel double T. And she said, well, we're just upset because we love the bevel double T. I said, well, your life will not be changed, right? You can still get it if you want to get it. And so she said, well, we're going to do a petition. I said, okay. I mean, you can do a petition, but athletics is going to go in this direction. And you guys have seen it. It's out there beveled now, but it'll be changed next year. But in all of our newer facilities, we started putting it up anyway. Mm-hmm. And so knowing this was kind of happening, if you talk about, I read some complaints about how stupid is Tech building these two new buildings in the south end zone and the Womble and now have to rebrand it. Well, we didn't. We put the new stuff up in those. And so we were prepared for where we were going. And again, I think I told you this when I was on your show before. I love every Tech fan. I love the mad Tech fan and the happy Tech fan and the passionate Tech fan. Sometimes, though, you just got to take a breath and realize probably this isn't going to be that huge of a deal to you in your life. And we're going to have some cool new product with it as well, too. So are you guys against it or for it?
I'm 100% for it. I remember.
Okay, good. I need to take you guys
4
around.
for 4 here.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
We hit a home run here.
It was last basketball season. I think that was obviously the first year of Adidas.
Yeah.
And I remember us having a conversation about all this cool new gear that we saw the assistant coaches wearing with the flat double T, but we couldn't buy it anywhere. And we were like, is it ever going to come? And sure enough, I will say there may have been some tears of joy when it was announced, because it's just going to make a huge difference for, I think, the athletic program and the university.
Adidas is so great.
Yeah.
When they signed on with us, Mikey, who is our lead designer, he had done a bunch of research. He knew, it put me to shame as a Tech fan that he knew so much about the history of the double T and the different double Ts. And he was really leading the charge of, hey, you guys need to flatten this thing. And so when the focus group information came back, again, it wasn't overwhelming, like, hey, you must change it, but it was enough to tell us, okay, we feel good about changing it. He was the happiest guy in the world, and they sort of did the lead on the design. We used a Torch Creative, which is a Tech graduate, to do some of our secondary and tertiary marks. You'll see some Raider Red marks coming out in the future that we haven't done in the past. Raider Red playing golf, Raider Red shooting basketball, that are cool too. And he was Torch was really excited about doing that as Tech guys. So it was a fun project for sure.
Gio, we've heard stuff about uniforms next year. I know you can't reveal a bunch of stuff on that, but any hints, any teases on the new football jerseys next year, some of the new things?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't really, I've seen a couple things, but they're always kind of adjusting a little bit and playing with some things. I don't know what you guys think about the Mahomes uniforms tomorrow, but I think they're fantastic. I'm not I love red. I love the classic black, red, black. That's kind of my favorite look. But I think the uniform aficionados will really be pleased with what they see coming out next year in all of our sports. I looked at some of our baseball stuff yesterday or the other day. Some of the basketball stuff looks really good. So Adidas is on it. They're looking at things. They listen. They hear when we're not happy. And they've been a great partner. Look, Under Armour was a great partner too. I don't have any problems with Under Armour. They were a great partner, but obviously with Patrick it just makes a lot of sense for Adidas, and we've had a great relationship with them.
Well, it looks good on you, man.
Hey, man,
you
I
got
appreciate
the
it.
Patrick.
Yeah, I got my.
You got
I
the quarter
my
zip
Gladiator
on right
for
there.
sure.
Looks
Yeah,
great.
There's no doubt.
Final question, then we'll get you out of here. I know, and thank you so much for
Yeah,
stopping
for
by
sure.
too. I know you're
Yeah.
running around. We saw you over by the game day set earlier, Raiderville. It's been a
Yes.
crazy week. Score prediction. Are you allowed to give one? I'm not even sure. If,
I'm not sure I am too, but I will.
I was gonna say, you're not like
I'm not telling you
national
how to
media,
gamble
so,
or anything.
yeah.
I'm just saying. I think I've been right almost all year. I think I'm telling people our team is really good, right? They're really, really good. Everyone would play. BYU is good and everything. I just think this team is different. They're mentally different. They're physically different. You just watched them last week against Kansas State, who typically has been a very big physical team. On our show with Joey, What's Next? Joey said, hey, when first time we went to Manhattan, they just out physicaled us. And he said team. And you just saw the complete, where you could tell by the fourth quarter, Kansas State had enough, right? They'd had enough of this. They were ready to get this thing done. And so I just think this team is different. I think I'll just say, I think Texas Tech, I think in the fourth quarter, it's going to be a party. I think we'll feel good in the fourth quarter. I think we win handily. I think that's nothing against BYU or nothing against any of our opponents. I just think we're that good. And I think this team has not really played to its potential this year. And so I feel really good about where we are. And I think that I'm not a big believer in, I'm a baseball guy, but I don't believe in jinxes really. I don't think anything I say here affects anything that happens there. I just think Tech wins. And I think Tech wins in a convincing fashion. I think voters are going to take notice, the CFP committee. I mean, the fact that we're 8 with this stretch left, I feel pretty good about where we are for sure.
That's a great answer. Yeah, that's a good way to get by the question just enough.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but
I don't want
also
anybody to
say-
go, oh,
yeah.
Tech administrator feels like that's the last thing I know is that up on a well, we all have a tremendous amount of respect for BYU. I hope, speaking of our students, I hope they're respectful of BYU. You know, we've heard some chants at other places. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that what we saw against Oklahoma State for students with tortillas happens again Saturday, where we just let it be about the game, right? That one of our facilities guys said he was at Duke basketball for years, and he said that Oklahoma State game, it felt big time, that we didn't have to clean up all the junk on the sideline of just tortilla after tortilla after tortilla, all that, and just make it about the game and make it about that. And I think it could be, I hope everyone's really happy Saturday night.
Yeah, I think they will be, man. Well, we appreciate you taking time. I know it's been a crazy week and being here on the Broadway Shuffle. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you guys do such a great job, represent Texas Tech so well, and you guys are always prepared. You're always ask great questions. You have great guests, and we're really proud to work with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, great guest.
Great guest. A legendary guest. Well, we had on Holly Rowe to start the show.
That's pretty
from
big time.
ESPN, but we had some problems technically in the first 15 minutes. We
we
couldn't
did
get it.
3
We
interviews with Holly.
we did 3 separate interviews
Yeah.
with her before we finally got to go live. So we did figure it out. But
That's great that she bared with you
she
guys.
did
right?
bear with us. She
Very
was
kind.
awesome.
Was she good?
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
great.
She wasn't going, what kind of amateur
No,
hour
I
is
know.
this
She
thing?
was very polite, and she said, "We get it. You know, it happens." And then Shahan J. Raja was here, and
Oh,
President
yeah,
Skubanek
I
was
saw
here
him
as well.
downstairs earlier.
Yeah,
that's
so
all,
it's been a
you
lot
guys
of
are
fun.
killing it. Yeah, for sure.
But we appreciate you
But that
stopping
sucks
by.
for the last part of the show. Who's coming on
Dusty
after me?
Womble's following
Okay,
you.
we
here.
can
Hey,
get back to
Robert,
it's a roller coaster.
Or it's a roller coaster, man.
Yes.
But we appreciate it and have a great rest of the weekend.
Hey,
we'll
guys.
see you tomorrow.
All right,
and
thank you.
recommend. Good luck.
Welcome. Yeah,
Thanks.
thank
All
you
right.
guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Robert.
Gio. All right, man. There goes Robert Giovanetti, and we got to echo his confidence here for this game coming up. Texas Tech, a party in the fourth quarter. I'm ready for that.
I'm excited.
I
take
can't
it.
wait. I'm ready to go. And did we have more technical difficulties? Are we back live? Can people see us? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
It's so back and forth on this chat. I don't know, but it's been fun. You know, this is going to be a regular thing, hopefully moving forward the next couple of years. So we got 10 minutes before Mr. Womble comes on. What's the chat saying? Can we get back into the fans?
Brendan, I don't know if you're going to like this one,
Uh-oh.
but from B-Mart Skywalker, Brendan low-key looks like David Spade, but hotter.
Okay. This is actually crazy. Clayton could vouch for this.
Yeah.
We were in an airport in Colorado Springs coming back from Clayton's bachelor party. David Spade. Right? That was the 4th person to ask me that at that time in a month. So David Spade is not my dad. I appreciate being more attractive than David Spade. I'll take it. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's got good hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think that's solid.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
B.
chat's going good.
Who is he?
You may know him. His name is B-Mart Skywalker. I'm sure that's someone you're familiar with.
Yeah. Thank you, B. Mark Skywalker.
Hey.
I appreciate it.
do you have a question for Brennan directly? My friend Blake is in the chat.
Okay.
He wants to know, what is your hair routine?
Wow. This is just getting great. My head is just getting so big as we get ready. Not a whole lot, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little God given.
Little blow dry,
God-given.
God given.
Okay.
Quick little moose action, maybe some spray if I need to stay up, and then we get rolling.
Yeah.
So there you go. What is your hair routine?
I would tell you mine. It would just take too much time. So
Okay.
yeah, we don't have that much time. But
Yeah. Well, awesome, man. Anything else we got in there?
No, I think we got Dusty Womble coming in very shortly.
Okay, I
just
just
saw
saw
him
him
walk
just
by.
walk by. Is he might
He may be,
running
yeah,
to the
he's
restroom.
in makeup. He's getting
makeup.
ready.
Yeah,
hair and makeup.
The studio artists are getting him ready to go here for his big introduction on the Broadway Shuffle.
Wanted to ask too. Do you think there's any way? I know you have a connection to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Do you think we could get Nick Saban on the
I
podcast
tried,
by chance?
man. I tried to get
Okay.
Nick Saban. He's got other stuff going on in Lubbock. I don't know what he's doing, but
Do you
he's
think
out and
Nick
about.
Saban has ever been to Lubbock before this weekend?
Okay, so he did coach at West Virginia, but they weren't in the Big 12
No, I don't
way
think
back
he's ever
then,
been.
or he went there. So I don't know if they would have played when Saban was there back in the
Probably not.
70s. That's when Saban had to be in college.
25
right?
years before we were born.
Yeah, so I'm not totally sure. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. I mean, McAfee never been to Lubbock. He was, Lubbock is such a unique place where people, they hear about it, they kind of see some videos, they think this place is crazy, it's wild, and then they actually come here and, it's a great place and they enjoy it and they all love it. So I believe Dustin Womble is outside. If we'll see if he's about to walk on. We're looking forward to having a conversation with him, man.
Yeah.
What a blessing that's going to be as
Yeah.
well too. And
Yeah.
here he comes walking
man, the myth,
live
the
right
legend.
onto the set. And how's it going, sir?
Welcome.
Mr. Womble, thank you for joining the Broadway Shuffle. We appreciate it. How's it going so far today?
It's a great day in Lubbock, Texas, man.
Yes, sir. Well, you were out in Raiderville last night. We briefly met you walking by. You had a great suit on walking through. What was that like for you?
It's awesome. Our students are just the best. I mean, they were well behaved. I mean, it was great. They cleaned up last night this morning when they left. I have nothing but accolades to give to that group. They've made this week really special.
Dusty, if you were a student and that was going on, where would you have been and what would you have been doing?
I probably had a job, so I was probably sleeping to go to work the next day. So
Okay.
I worked when I was going through school, and I never camped out in any of my time here. So
I want to go to a question, and it's not football related. I see you on the basketball games all the time. You sit right next to McCaslin for most games, and McCaslin is a great coach. Loved him. He was on the show, and he was great. He is a very strong encourager of his players, and I think you get to sit firsthand and kind of see that. We don't get to hear the audio; we just get to see the video. Kind of talk me through what's going on in those moments without being disparaging, of course.
Well, Grant is amazing. Those young men want to play for Grant. They want to play for each other, and Grant can be very intense. I remember when we interviewed Grant, one of the comments I had afterwards was just, does he have enough of an edge? We
Sure.
had had Chris Beard here for a while, and I was just concerned whether Grant had enough of a competitive spirit and fire in him, because he comes off as such a nice and considerate guy. And it didn't take long to figure out that he's got the competitive spirit. He's got a fire in him, and sometimes the players get to see that side. There's an interesting clip from the last week where in one moment Grant's joking with the official and really being pretty lighthearted, and he takes 5 steps and he gets in Nolan's grill and he just goes off on him. Nolan knew exactly what Grant needed from him, and it was really cool. I've never heard him use a word of profanity. He doesn't play mind games. They know exactly where they stand with him, but he does it with respect, and he never alienates a fan or a player or an opponent. He's amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of basketball, I know the football game is the main event this week, but basketball has a game tonight. What are your thoughts on the team, one game in, and expectations for the season?
Well, I've been fortunate. I've got to see them practice several times. I was not involved, but around the program as we were recruiting a lot of these kids. Obviously, 2 of the big pieces of this year's team are back, or multiple, but Christian and JT back from last year's team, and potential all Big 12 players. So this team is loaded with talent, and if you give Grant a talented roster, you're going to have a chance to win. If you can compete for the Big 12 title, you've got the talent to compete for a national title. And I think if we can stay healthy, there's no question that they'll play as a great unit. You look at what Grant did with the team last year. Early in the year, you looked at Elijah Hawkins and you were just thinking, how do we get, is Elijah really the answer? And by the time conference got here, Elijah had really put team goals in front of his own personal goals. He really changed his game or his approach to the game and became, in some ways, our most valuable piece on that team. He really allowed JT to do what he can and wants to do, to really Christian to play his role. And Elijah, to a large extent, put his own personal achievements secondary to team achievements. And so I know Grant will get these guys to do that same thing. So,
Dusty, I wanted to talk. Tech made a lot of moves this offseason, both in basketball, but specifically in football, and especially with the game coming up. A lot of the offseason additions are big pieces to this team, but, a lot of that was Joey and a lot of that was Blanchard, but a lot of it was you and the group of donors that kind of stepped up and did some stuff in that area. What was the genesis of that? Did somebody send a tween there? What starts that? That's something that I'm always curious about. Is it truly, because I can imagine myself getting so mad at a game that I'm like, you know what? Just wait for and I know that's not how it happens, but talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I think that's really a tribute to Cody Campbell. Cody identified an opportunity in the system, if you will. There was this 18-month period where you could really do unlimited NIL, and before we knew revenue share was going to kick in the middle of last summer, and they'd put some rules around it. If you were going to do deals that were not subject to the revenue share restrictions, they had to be not only signed, but they had to be funded and paid to the athletes before July 1, and all those deals got grandfathered in. And so Cody really identified a window of opportunity, and there were several people that were involved, but the three primary guys were Cody, John Sellers, his partner at Double Eagle, and then Gary Peterson down in Houston. And the three of those guys were really the backbone of really making that happen. Cody was the instigator and the leader of that, but those three guys really funded and backstopped all of the contracts that Joey and Blanchard were able to go out and put together to put this roster together.
I love that. One kind of follow up to that. So many of you guys, you are clearly one of the elites in the business spaces that you operated in. Cody is obviously excellent at that. Joey's an alpha. Blanchard's an alpha. You have a lot of chiefs. How hard is it with guys like Kirby and Joey and Blanchard, you, John, how do you get the synergy to all go in a direction? Because I can see somebody say, well, I want to do this. Or I want to do this. Getting that together, speak to that.
I think the key to that was really that we all had the same goal. We all wanted to win. We all wanted to do it the right way. We wanted to put together a team, and more importantly, put the program on a footing that we could sustain for a long period of time and be nationally relevant. And so because all of those people all had the same goal, it became easy for us to find our role. So Blanchard really identifies the talent, makes the all of the GM kind of moves, so Gary, John, and I are not really involved in any of those decisions. We're really here to support the leadership in the program, and Kirby does a great job of really organizing all those people, making sure everybody understands how they can contribute and how best for us to each contribute.
Yeah, Dusty, obviously, I think the thing for all of us as Red Raiders is we just want to win, right? That's the thing. We want to win in football, basketball, everything. Talk about what this weekend means for Texas Tech. Obviously, game day here, Herb Street, Fowler, all these guys. What does that mean for our university as a whole?
Well, I think not only do we want to win, but we, as I said earlier, we want to do it the right
Yeah.
way. We want to have student athletes that are here that represent the double T.
Mhm.
And so when you have kids like Skylar Gill Howard and Jacob Rodriguez and Ben Roberts and John Curry and Baron Morton and all these athletes that are great representatives of the university, then it makes what we're doing here all that much more special, because as ESPN and Game Day come and they start to do player profiles, they're doing player profiles on kids that are young men that you want to represent your university. And so I think that's one of the things that we have really been fortunate that Blanchard and Joey and that whole staff, they really evaluate character. It's not just talent. It's, can they be a really good teammate in the locker room? Are they willing to sacrifice personal achievements for team goals? Are they willing to play their role? And we have players that started for us last year that have accepted and embraced a different role on this team. And I think that's a tribute to that whole staff to get everybody bought into loving each other and really putting the program first.
Dusty Womble here with us live on the Broadway Shuffle. I want to get you out of here with this. Where does your love for Texas Tech, where did that originate? Because the amount of investment you've made, you've changed this university, you run a great organization, a great company, and it seems like you, just what you talked about, do it the right way as well too. And you give back, and you're giving back to Texas Tech, but you don't do that unless you have a huge heart for the university. Where does that come from, and where does your passion for wanting to give and help this university grow originate?
You know, this university's been a part of my life since I can remember. My dad went to school here. I attended games. I remember watching Donnie Anderson play here in the 60s and sort of dating myself. I was really little at that time. But I've been a part of the university as a fan for as long as I can remember. And so it's just something that I've always grown up with. We've attended football games. We plan weddings and family trips and things like that around the schedule. We know, when the bowl games are going to be, and we plan that around that. And so it's just a big piece of our family's fabric. So we've had a couple of kids that have graduated from there. Alicia graduated from there actually not too long ago. And so it's just a big piece of the family. And then when you live 6 blocks from campus, it's really easy to become emotionally invested in what's going on here.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. First time here on the Broadway Shuffle and taking a little piece out of your weekend. Huge weekend. Score prediction for the game tomorrow?
I don't think it will be as high a scoring a game as maybe some people think. I think both programs feel like that their defense can win the game for them. And so I don't think you'll see the offenses taking a lot of chance. I think it'll come down to who plays well. Turnovers are going to be a big piece. And if we can get some explosive plays offensively and get the crowd really kept in it, I think that's certainly what BYU is going to try to do, is take our crowd out of it. This is going to be a very difficult crowd to take out of it because our fans believe in what we're doing here, and even if it doesn't maybe start like what we want it to, I don't think our fans are going to be discouraged. I think they're going to be there until the bitter end. So I think we'll be very difficult to beat tomorrow. I think we're fortunate. We've got a very old roster. So many of the key contributors on this team have played a lot of football and know how important this game is tomorrow. We're not going to come out flat. We are going to be ready to go. And the fact that we're so experienced and I think Joey has done a great job of preparing them for the moment. They're not going to be starstruck by ESPN being here and all the spotlight that's on this game. So I think I'm glad it's not a 7:00 kick. I mean, I think we'll have all the buzz here tomorrow during game day, and we're going to come right in the stadium, and then we're going to get after it. And I think it's a special week, and tomorrow at 11 will be really a really pinnacle to the whole deal.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We look forward to talking with you again sometime soon. But enjoy the weekend. Biggest weekend for Texas Tech in a long time, and have a great time tomorrow.
Well,
enjoy the game.
Thank you very much. Appreciate what
Thank
you
you.
guys do and the support you give the university, and thanks for being here.
Of course,
Thank you,
man.
Mr.
All right.
All right.
Y'all have a
great
Enjoy
time.
it.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
so much. There goes Dusty Womble. Jake Autumn, by the way. Shout out to 2 huge fans back there behind us. Trust me, I was going to shout you out over there. So there they are as well, too. The Zoozolics, awesome. Well, man, such a great opportunity for us to get to speak to him and have a blast there. It's just so cool seeing everyone we've talked to so far this week, the commitment to what this is. And Womble obviously invests a lot of money into this program. Giovanetti invests a lot of time. Skuvanek, nothing needs to be said there. He's a president of the university. Holly Rowe, BYU fan, but still great. It's just been a surreal afternoon getting to talk to some of these people. Technical difficulties aside,
I hated that everybody
unreal.
missed Taylor Swift. Our opening
And that's
segment.
in fact
I
what's
know.
crazy is that we had Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and Mahomes in here from 2 to 2:10, and no one
Hey,
saw it.
Don't forget Brittany too. Brittany was here. Everybody was here.
Oh,
Clark
yeah.
Hunt was also here, owner of the Chiefs.
It's just crazy.
Mahomes.
This table, the amount, what was going on in here from 2 to 2:10, we weren't allowed to air.
Yeah, well,
and
we'll try to get that
We'll try
somewhere.
to get that. That video will be found in here in 20 years.
There's
or
a
so.
30 for 30 coming out.
Yeah,
50 years about it.
right,
so.
man. Well, so we've still got. I mean, 23 minutes left. We might go till dark. We might go till 11 a.m. I don't know, but
we need to make it up for our listeners. Maybe an extra 10
yeah,
minutes or
maybe
something
we'll
like
see
that.
if enough questions come in. So, what's the chat saying, Z? I know you've been watching it all day.
No, it's good. Everybody's asking if Joey or Pat Mahomes is coming on the show. And like I said, they were in that 10-minute segment where we weren't on between 2:10. It was unbelievable. Rapid
Yeah.
fire. So sorry you guys missed that. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited because we haven't given our picks for the game. And I think
No,
that's something
that's
that
coming
we
up here
do have
soon.
to get to at some point. I liked what Womble said about the 11 a.m. game. I echo that sentiment completely. I'm glad it's 11 a.m. I'm glad we're going to be rolling right into that energy. Like Clayton said earlier, it's going to be electric, and I'm really excited.
Should we talk about what happens at 3 o'clock if you don't win?
That's not going to
I need
happen.
to do that.
I'm not going to talk about us playing Baylor this year because it's not going to happen.
Okay, good. Because I had someone text like, "What happens if you guys lose this weekend? How are you going to feel?" I was like, how am I supposed to answer that question?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you how we answer it.
Okay, answer
We talked
it.
about it on Monday, and it airs at 6 a.m. Start on Monday.
Going live.
Well, no,
Nice
no, no.
plug.
Like our every
6
episode,
a.m.
every episode on Monday and Thursday drops at 6 a.m. So if you want to know if we lose and you want to know what we think about it, you can come back on Monday at 6 a.m. To hear that. That's not going to happen, but if you do want to hear it, that's where you go.
Yeah. Well, and if you are listening to the chat, ask questions. We are going to rapid fire questions out here. It's going to be a good time. Someone, I believe, asked, "Are we going to Broadway?"
Yeah, right after this, Broadway Shuffle is going to Broadway.
Yes, and that's a great thing too. If you're wondering, the name of the Conrad will not.
Conrad's
be
not going
yeah.
to Broadway.
But Clayton, you got the basketball game at 7. But do you want to share the story of where the Broadway Shuffle, the name, and originated from? I believe it was your idea for the name.
Yeah, this is actually funny that you asked because my wife Abby swears that she gave me the name, and I swear that I came up with it.
Clay, because
So what's true? I mean, is that it?
I mean, I think I came up with it at Chimmy's when I was just sitting there and just had a moment from God,
A vision.
But she swears that she told me that I should name it that. So
a
I
moment.
guess chat weigh in.
Yeah, let's debate who won that. Is it Abby or is it Clayton who got the name going? It's a great name, man. Well, the biggest compliment I think I can tell you is like that's a creative name for a podcast.
Yeah.
And it makes Texas Tech and the street of Broadway into one for us on our show, and we have a blast doing it. But yeah, we'll be there. So if you do see us at Chimmy's, let us know. We come by and say hi. We'll be wearing Broadway Shuffle polos to give it away. So
Hard to spot.
And we're going to be way shorter than we look on camera.
yes, I
Just so
will
everybody
be
knows.
shorter than David Spade, who's 5'6".
Questions we got coming in through. Somebody said that Conrad drinks vodka tonics. Can
not.
confirm.
I do not.
Someone else asked if Conrad could give us a State of the Union on UT football going into the bye week.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good question.
I think what's interesting about that statement for whoever asked that question is I have reneged on my support of the UT football program and Arch Manning. I said he was a generational talent. I don't believe that anymore. If you were here a few episodes ago, I said that. So I don't know. I think UT could get it done in Athens, but I don't know. You'll see. You'll have to watch the game and see what happens. But all I care about right now is Texas Tech football.
Another comment came in from TTU Shuffle Grunt. Clayton hates my wife and doesn't want to celebrate her 30th birthday. Any comments?
Is that Dylan?
That's
Is
Dylan.
I
I
have
did not know
wondered
that
who
was
that
him
was.
either.
You
That
knew
is
who
Dylan.
that was.
No, I did not.
No. Do you remember during the Colorado game we said, "Hey, we need somebody to get into the comments. We're getting slaughtered in there," and Dylan created that account.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
did not
You
know.
didn't know that?
No, because I see Shuffle Grunt comments a lot, and I'm always like, "Who is this guy?" And it's Dylan.
It's Dylan. It's been Dylan. the
Wow,
whole
great
time.
friend of the
Anyway,
show.
back
Dylan
to
Brooke.
Clayton.
Did not
Do
know
you
that.
do you hate TTU Shuffle Grunt's wife?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I love Shannon. I just
30th
love
birthday
Christian
today.
Anderson a little bit more.
Yes, 30. That's fair. Happy birthday, Shannon. 30
Yes,
years
happy
old
birthday,
today.
Yeah, it's
Shannon.
crazy. We haven't even talked about Texas Tech playing Sam Houston tonight.
No, yeah, basketball tonight at 7:00. You're just going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, Christian Anderson, 34 points in the opener. That guy looks as good as advertised. I mean, we already knew he was good,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
dude looks like an all-world player so far this year.
And we got to pull up in the chat. Where should we go to on Broadway? Chimmy's, Wrecked, Atomic, or Crickets? So go ahead and vote in the chat. And I guess me and Brendan will head over there.
Well, it's a date.
Yeah,
Conrad has to stop
I'm
looking
not-
into
I'm
my
not going.
eyes.
they don't serve vodka tonic,
We are.
so Conrad's not going.
We're going to dinner at 5:30. So we've got, depending on when this gets done.
If you want to come meet with us, should we tell them where we're going?
No.
No,
Okay.
no. Well, not that. Well, who's?
It's not our party.
It's not our party.
Yeah.
It's not our
Oh,
birthday
that's
dinner.
true.
Yep.
Okay.
It's,
Well,
yeah, that's
all
fair.
right.
What else?
Well-
This is fun. Questions from the show.
Yeah, we'll keep them coming as they come in. I think we should probably talk keys to the game before we get predictions. I mean, we got 15 minutes left. I'll start with Brennan. Keys to the game.
I think we've talked about it now, but it really is going to be, can you stay consistent on offense? So avoid the turnovers, avoid the penalties. You haven't had much of that a problem at home, as we've seen on the road, but don't let that side of the ball be the reason that you are in a tight game in the fourth quarter. I think we all have confidence in this defense at this point. We know what the defense is going to bring. It's going to be physical. You're going to get stops, but can you find a way to sustain enough drives, get some explosive plays like Mr. Womble just talked about, to just stay ahead? I think if you just stay ahead, you're going to be fine. That sounds so
Yeah.
easy. Yeah, you'll win the
Yeah,
game.
just
if you
win
stay
the
ahead.
game if you
Yeah.
score points.
But in terms of just like get up early and then take the pressure off the defense, where we're not sitting there late in the third quarter being like, okay, now we need to stop.
Yeah.
And that starts with the offense doing their part. And so for me, that's the key to the game. I don't want to see another slow start or another quarter and a half where it's like, man, I know you guys weren't worried last week in Manhattan. You turned out to be right. But
Mhm.
you see it and it's 12-7.5, and it
It
gets
doesn't
the
feel
nerves up. It doesn't feel great. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it can't be close, but when you're seeing things go well, like, oh, you can run on this team, or oh, you can attack with Coy or Caleb one-on-one on the outside. They can't cover that guy. It just makes it easier. And I would love to see those plays early on in the game.
Yeah, I think in the first quarter, if you see Tech being able to move the ball, even if it doesn't result in points, but you're getting 30, 40, 50-yard drives, I'm going to feel very confident in your defense getting enough stops and your offense being able to score. That's going to be the thing early on that I'm looking for is, can you just move the ball and are you preventing 3 and outs? That'll be a huge key for me early on in the game. Other thing, I was just looking through some of the game notes. Barron as a starter, 21-9, second most wins for a starting quarterback since Graham Harrell, who has 30. So he's your second winningest quarterback of all time as far as games started. Maybe not total games won. Big accolade for Barron
He
Morton.
could get close to 30. I mean, I know not like if you
No.
went to the Natty, that'd be 6 games, right?
Yeah, I mean, he'd get close. He can't get there.
Yeah,
but
but like 27.
he could have
Like,
had it. He could have had
he'd
it this season if he started against
Yeah.
Arizona State. And
That's for,
And Oklahoma
for
State.
all of his injury problems that he's had through the course of his career. For him to have that many wins is actually pretty impressive. I wouldn't have thought it would be that much. I mean, I know he did start all 12 games last year, but it just felt like we're always missing him.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
man, that is a huge
That's actually
accolade
great.
for him. Yeah, that's a great stat.
other stat that I saw today, we lead the FBS with 63 offensive plays going for 20 or more yards. It doesn't feel like we've had that many plays of 20 plus yards. I mean, that's a lot per game.
Well, you forget who we played the first 3 games.
Even
Pine
if
Bluff,
you
Kent
take
State,
out-
and Oregon State. So there were a lot of those games.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair, and I'd have to go look and see like what has that been against Big 12 competition. But sometimes I feel, and Brendan's made this point, your offense is just never going to be, and offenses generally are just never going to be those 2015 to 2017 offenses where like, we score every drive or it's a failure. Offenses just don't work like that in the Big 12 or in FBS anymore. And so, but since you've seen that, you're always like, oh, well, it's not as good as that. So it's a disappointment. I think that's going to take some time to get adjusted to.
Yeah, agreed. I think, I'm glad y'all brought up the explosive plays because I also I saw someone making that argument, but I don't know if this is true, but they said also that just P4 versus P4 Tech leads the country in explosives. So I think honestly that's like the key to the game for me is not turning it over, and can you still generate those? Because BYU's defense is going to be either the best or the second best defense we played all year. So I find it hard to believe that you just be able to consistently go for 5 yards of play. You're probably going to have to get some like busted plays that you score on.
Brennan, this question just came through from Zoltar. Brennan, how did your parents' divorce influence your decision to begin a sports podcast?
Wow, Conrad, you go to your keys to the game first. We'll get to my therapy session after.
We're not talking about that, Zoltar. We're talking about the Texas Tech football game
Zoltar,
tomorrow.
that's my brother, I think.
It is your brother. It is your brother. Andrew, if you can get here in the next 10 minutes, you can be on the show. But if not, then
you said another great question.
Finish your thought, and then we'll get to
Go ahead, Conrad.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk for a while because it's I've been rudely interrupted several times. No, I think this game, I'm not necessarily sure that anything that happens will be something that hasn't been thought about deeply by this staff and planned out, because this is a game that, as we look at it from our point of view, sitting here on a Friday afternoon, this is where you thought you wanted to be all the way along. I mean, this is where you plan to be, and the fact that you have, pretty much for the most part, a healthy team, I think that's going to make a big difference in how you play this game. And so I think Barron being there, first of all, is a big deal. We've seen what he means to this team. I think you've seen also that he's going to be pretty much the key to winning this game, because you're not going to have a problem stopping BYU. I'm not saying that they're not going to score a couple times. They are. You're not. It's not going to be Oklahoma State where it's 42-0. Yep. That's not going to be what it is. This BYU offense is much better than Oklahoma State. Obviously, pretty much everyone is. But at the same time, I think if Barron's healthy and you can get to 24 points, you're going to win this game.
Yeah.
I think this defense is going to be absolutely on fire. I think Bear Bachmeier is going to look like a freshman. And I think what you're going to see is a defense that plays its best game so far this year. And that's saying something, because they played a lot of really good games this year. And so I think if you can get to 24 points, Barron stays healthy, this will be a game that you look back on for a very long time with very happy memories.
I love that. 24. That's not a ton of points. So you're on the side of a low scoring game here.
Yeah.
If you could guarantee 24 points right now from your offense and that's it, would you take it?
Yes, but I do think you could score more.
Sure,
like
I wouldn't take it.
I think 28's the number for me.
Yeah,
I think I would take 20. I think, but it's right, okay. Like 24, like 25. I think I'd take 25.
I just really have a hard time seeing. Again, I know Bear can run. Like I'm not trying to take anything away from him as a quarterback and what he's done this year. But he hasn't played David Bailey. He hasn't played Romello Height. He hasn't played Lee Hunter. He hasn't played Jacob Rodriguez. I could keep going. He just hasn't played a defense like this.
Yeah, and we were talking about this last night too, that if Baird, the BYU quarterback, we've had
just
some
to
confusion.
Clarify,
yes,
just to clarify.
We're not calling Baron Morton Bear. We have had some confusion there. Bear Bachmeier, the BYU quarterback. If he goes and beats you and drops 30 and has a game of his life, dude, kudos to the kid.
Yeah, you tip your
what true freshman goes and really does that in an environment like there's going to be out here tomorrow. So if that does happen, that's just, tip of the cap to that guy.
He's going to get paid.
That rarely happens in college football with a true freshman like that.
Yep.
The jitters of what this game's going to look like. If he's not frazzled against this defense out there, we're probably looking at the next Johnny Manziel or something, because you just don't see that.
Yeah, they'll be 9-0 and probably top 5.
Yeah,
in the playoff rankings.
We don't want
you
that,
tip your cap.
No, we don't.
But at the same time, he can't be the next Johnny Manziel because he wears number 47. 47.
Very true.
If there's a story behind that and we just don't know, and ESPN hasn't found it out and we don't know on game day tomorrow, please let us know in the comments, because I'm still just baffled at why a quarterback would wear number 47.
You know what? It's so funny because Bear Bachmeier is about to walk right.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll ask him right here live on the Broadway
Here he goes
show.
right now. No, I'm kidding.
So, Bear, why do you wear number 47?
Okay, some other questions. I thought this one was kind of fun, and let me do a few shout outs before I get to this question from Will Carpenter. Some discrepancies about Graham Harrell as a starter, and I'll have to look at some of that stuff later. Shout out from Lubbock Abstract and Trinity Christian Crew, and then the people over at West Texas Neck and Back. Kim Coulter will come see you tomorrow at the tailgate. Thank you for being a supporter of the show. I thought this was a really fun question, and thank goodness our wives are not here. What's the biggest life event you would miss to be at this game tomorrow?
Everything.
That's from Will Carpenter.
That's a great question, Will. The biggest life event I would miss, okay, let's be real. You're not missing a child's birth, right?
No,
Are you?
no.
Absolutely.
Okay, I mean,
no.
speak for
definitely
yourself. You got. I would miss a best friend's wedding. I would miss any of y'all's weddings to be at the game tomorrow. I would.
I think
would.
that's the line.
I would miss anything that's
Would
not
you miss your brother's wedding?
I don't think so.
not my brother's
Yeah,
wedding,
yeah.
but any
A cousin, I would miss a cousin.
cousin,
for
best
sure.
friend.
No offense, Kennedy.
I'm trying to think. I would miss any graduate, anything that's not a direct relative or spouse, and you absolutely have to be there. I would miss.
I think that's the line. Right there.
Is
it-
anyone willing to? If I said you'd have an unlimited, you'd have a suite, you'd have a field, you'd get to interview Nick Saban, like, you get
Oh, no.
all the bells and whistles.
It's if it's a guaranteed win. I think that would be the thing that would change it for me.
okay. If it's a guaranteed win and you get to be on the field after the game, are you missing your brother's wedding? Who's here with us?
No,
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 I don't
won't.
think I
I
would.
can't do it.
But I would think about it.
Okay.
When I was in high school, Zali will remember this game. Trinity Christian was playing Grace Prep. They were in the top 10, and my uncle was getting married, and my family obviously made me go. And it was the craziest sporting event that happened at Trinity, and I always held a grudge at him.
Still
That's
have
so
it.
Yeah.
So
That-
the one that in the 2022 season, Joey's biggest wins were OU at home,
Texas at home.
and Texas at home, and I missed both of them as a season ticket holder. The second one, OU, was because my first daughter was born. I was very happy I was there at that. The first one is because Avery Benson got married the day of the UT Tech game,
So you should have missed that.
and the wedding was going on during the game. It was unbelievable.
Did you have it streamed?
Oh yeah, because it's a lot of Avery's friends are Tech people,
Right.
So it was like the wedding ended, and it was probably like middle of the third quarter. Everybody gathers around this table, and we're all just watching the game, with no regard for the reception.
And at that point, that's the thing. Your mind's not even at the place you're at, so you might as well just be
Yeah.
there for the present at the
it
game.
was unbelievable. Yeah, missed the UT game, missed the OU.
Okay,
game.
Conrad, do you agree?
Yeah.
Same
agree.
set. Okay.
I agree.
What's next? And we'll get to our prediction. We'll finish with predictions, but I love the
Mhm.
fact that we've got some
We
questions
may
coming in.
go
Oh,
till
this
it's
is
dark
another great
outside
one.
and the stadium is lit.
Yes.
We may just
If questions keep
Me,
coming
me
in,
and
we'll
Brendan
keep
have to do
going.
the Broadway shuffle literally after the show, so we can't go till it's dark. This is a great question. I appreciate Jacoby. He's actually a student. If we win, should the students storm the field?
No.
No,
Definitely not.
do not storm the field.
Top 10 win?
Not when you're top 10.
You're top 10 too. You want to be there. You've earned it.
We're favored.
Yeah,
too.
you're favored by 11.5. Just get the
I
dub
am
and get
not
out.
student shaming if they storm the field.
Oh, I'm not going to
I
shame them,
won't
but
be
like
mad.
you don't need. Yeah, it'll be legendary still, but we don't need it.
I'll already be down there. So I mean,
Conrad's
I
storming
will
either
say-
way.
Conrad,
No,
Conrad's
I'll be-
storming
I'll be
20
standing
feet.
right down there in the north end zone, with my hands in the air,
And
It'll
on
be-
your
it'll be
knees.
Amazing.
Thank you.
That's a great question.
I'll be like, man, I threw the game-winning touchdown,
Yeah.
baby. Let's go.
No, you're
And maybe the
supposed,
scenario,
you're
like, what if,
supposed to
like,
be in this
walk-off
moment.
field goal or something like
A
that.
walk-off touchdown, I could see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're blowing them out, I don't think that
No.
happens.
Yeah.
Well, and two, I mean, when you play, let's just say Texas here in December, in the playoff, and you absolutely beat them
Your
by
dream.
28 plus.
Texas is
Uh,
not making the playoff.
SEC ESPN may have something to say about that. We should ask them tomorrow. Nick,
We
what
should
do you
have asked
think?
Holly.
We should have asked Holly.
Should have asked Holly.
We should have asked Holly. We did have a question on there about the ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
SEC bias. Let's just call it what it is. I don't know. I don't think we should. I feel like this is a game that, obviously, is the line still 11.5?
It's 10 and a half.
10 and a half.
most
Because it
places.
went 9.5, or it started 10.
It's in between there. I think it's going to stay
Okay.
at this point. It's not going to move unless there's a late injury scratch.
There's no need. Everyone expects us to win this game. Why would we storm the field if we're expected to win the game?
I agree.
Like, I get
Well,
why you.
I
I
agree.
get why you storm. What was the line when we beat Texas in 2020?
I'm sure they were favored
They
by
were
a few.
favored by at least
I don't-
3 to
probably
5 points. I bet.
10, I bet.
No,
I don't know. I don't
But-
remember.
So that makes
I was
sense.
12. I
though.
didn't care at that point.
You're
no,
talking
no,
about-
now-
you're
No,
saying
2022. 2022.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
no.
Yes, they were
No, no,
favored by a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not mad
It's
at
an
that.
upset.
That's amazing.
So do
But
you
it's
storm
the
the field for upsets or big wins? I think it's probably upsets, right?
Upsets.
I would say upset.
Upsets. This
Okay.
is not an upset.
Like
Yeah.
when was the last time? This may be Brennan. You should probably know this question. When was the last time Alabama stormed the field?
Oh, dude.
Never.
Maybe never.
Yeah.
In the last 15
so like,
years.
if you want to act like we want to act like we've been here before,
Yeah.
even though we haven't, to be
Right.
honest. But at the same time, you want to be a school that really does relish the moment and acts like, okay, we're here and
Yeah.
we're ready for this.
I agree.
This is probably the last question we'll do before we do predictions. And Conrad, you don't have to answer this. I just knew this one was going to come in. you may have to send this in a private message, but your thoughts on cessationism versus continuationism that came in the chat.
We're not answering that.
We're not answering that live on the show.
I'll answer it. Here we go. Okay. I'm a cessationist. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. We're not ending on that question.
no, we have to give our game predictions.
Okay, so the
No, I
question
know,
about Tech's defensive stop rate, if you're looking at SP or the ESPN Max Olson stop rate, it's somewhere in the 87. It's somewhere in the 80s, if I remember correctly. I think it's third nationally overall. Just how often does your defense prevent the opponent from scoring on that drive? It's I think it's more of a rudimentary stat. But yeah, and then this will be the final question before we get into our predictions. If the BYU Cougar and Raider Red fought, who would win?
Okay, I will say this is a battle of two great mascots.
Yeah.
The BYU Cougar
In
is
the uniform mascot's gonna be
and the
great,
uniform's
too.
awesome, but
we
he
need to stop being. It's so hard though because
they're so nice.
They're so nice. Their uniforms are great.
Yeah.
Their stadium's incredible.
But like they do the crazy Palm Squad stuff. That Cougar does crazy stunts. You know, at the basketball and football games, he does dances with the cheerleaders. Cosmo.
Can we
the
get Cosmo
Cougar.
to perform for
I'm
us?
sure we'll
tomorrow
see
here in
Cosmo
Raiderland?
tomorrow. So this is a tough one, but I think Raider Red could just shoot him, right?
Yeah, I think if he's allowed,
Exactly.
if he's allowed to use
Exactly.
a weapon.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a great
are we
point.
fist
Let's
fighting? or is he
let's
just-
say he gets 2 bullets.
Oh, it's over. Yeah,
Raider
Raider
Red
Red's
doesn't
not miss.
miss.
He's
He doesn't
Red
miss.
Raider doesn't miss.
I don't know.
That Cougar's getting shot. Are we allowed to say that on YouTube? We're allowed to say that on YouTube, right? Yeah.
I mean,
Down goes the Cougar, baby. He's done.
Raider Red.
Raider Red.
Hey, don't underestimate Raider Red. Like that guy. I mean, he's a dead eye with that pistol.
You just,
He's not missing. He's not missing.
You heard it here first.
all right. Is it time
And now
for
Raider
predictions?
Red
I think
joining
it's
the
time
Broadway
for
show.
predictions. Oh, and also, if you didn't listen to our first live stream, this is the second live stream because the first one went down due to Wi-Fi issues. Holly Rose's story about Bob Knight is hilarious, and you should go back and check it out.
Yes, go
I
check
was
it
not
out.
expecting that.
We'll repost some of this stuff later
Yeah,
so
if
you
we
can
can
listen to
figure
it. If we
out-
can figure out how to. But man, this was a ton of fun. But it is time to close the show with our game predictions. I'm going to start, and I'm going to echo what Giovanetti said. I had Texas Tech 31-13. I think that it stays somewhat close for a while. I just can't see this going south tomorrow. And I think it's going to be an epic party in the fourth quarter, and you're going to feel it, and we're going to be able to celebrate for a good 15 minutes there in the fourth quarter. I like Tech plus 18 in this game.
So I did not receive a vision about this game like I did about the K-State game. I think there's a lot of outs for you to win this game. You can win this game in a number of ways. I think BYU can win this game in a number of ways too. If you play it straight up and you win the turnover margin and you are able to consistently at least drive the ball on offense and not go 3 and out, the Arizona State script's the only thing I'm worried about, where they hold onto the ball for a really long time.
Yeah.
And you just can't get your defense off the field and they wear out. That's the script that I'm worried about, or the 5 turnover game from Barron and your special teams and things like that. Outside of those outcomes, I think if you play this game straight up, you're going to win way more often than you lose. I like it as low scoring. I'm going to take us 27-17. I think you get it done. BYU is the second best team you've played all year. It should be a good game, but that's kind of where I'm going to settle. 27-17.
Yeah, I like Tech here. I feel like playing at home is the difference. One thing we talk about all the time is like road Barron, but we never talk about the inverse of like how good he is at home.
Sure.
I think he's got like a 32 to like 4 touchdown to interception at home. So I expect him to play well. I think as long as you take care of the ball, you win. But BYU to me seems really hard to blow out. So I'll take Tech 30-21.
Everything I'm about to say is contingent on one thing: Barron Morton staying healthy. Everything I'm about to say. I'm gonna pick Tech 24-7.
Wow. Okay.
7
I think
points.
this defense comes out tomorrow and plays the best game. We heard it earlier. I don't think this team as a whole, but especially even as good as the defense has been, has played a complete game yet. I mean, I think there's still something. You still have a couple. I mean, not counting the first 3, right? Like in Oklahoma State, which I think Arkansas Pine Bluff could probably beat Oklahoma State. But at the same time, this defense is truly ready for this moment, even without Skylar. I think you're going to see with the offense with Barron in there, it's not going to be a perfect game. It never is, just with what we talked about how offenses are now. But I think they're going to play a clean game. I think you probably see 1 turnover from the offense. I think this defense is going to force 4 turnovers tomorrow. It was 5 last week. Why not 4 tomorrow at home with this crowd? I think I'm going to pick Tech to win 24-7.
Love it.
I love that. Leave it to Conrad just to crush BYU at the end of the show. We needed that.
And it's contingent, though. I remind all of our listeners, if Barron's not healthy, we know
if we're giving up 7 points, though,
Doesn't matter.
yeah,
I
Mitch
could play
Griffin's
I was
quarterback.
gonna say,
I could play
where's the
quarterback.
Conrad
I could
playing
play-
quarterback?
Here we
Always if
go.
Conrad
Here we
could
go.
play quarterback.
Yeah.
And Conrad was suited up, man. There'd be no doubt at all, right?
No doubt.
What would the line be if you were our starter tomorrow?
I don't know. It's, what is it, 10.5 now? Probably 17.5. I don't know.
Wow, that much better than
It's,
Barron.
it's a dream, guys. It's a dream. It's not reality.
You
It's
know,
not a vision. It's,
I
it's
was-
a dream because it's not happening.
I was really hoping you were going to say it's all contingent on subscribing to the Broadway Shuffle. You had a great opportunity there. The only way you're going to win is if you subscribe to the channel, man. But that was so much fun. We battled through adversity on our first live show.
Yep.
It can only go well. It could go down. We had some
It could go
great.
worse.
It could go worse. It could have gone worse. But we appreciate everyone that listened, stuck with us through this couple hours. Thank you again to ESPN's Holly Rowe, CBS Sports Shahan Jayaraja, Texas Tech's Robert Giovanetti,
Mhm.
Texas Tech President
Lawrence.
Lawrence Skuvanek, and Dusty Womble, Board of Regent. Awesome names all over the place here. Just an awesome, awesome day. We're blessed to be here. Everyone enjoy the game tomorrow. Enjoy game day. Get there super early. We'll be there early. And have fun tonight and have fun this weekend and celebrate accordingly if Texas Tech is able to get a win. We'll be on the field. Conrad's going to be right on the 50 by the time the clock hits 0 if Texas Tech's able to win tomorrow.
Yeah, a couple other shout outs. Shout out to the Texas Tech Club hosting us here. Again, if you mention the Broadway Shuffle when you're signing up to be a member of the Texas Tech Club, exclusive offer for you there. Also wanted to shout out Stephanie Stuckey for helping us get all this set up. Couldn't have done it without her. True Buchanan, Jefferson Barrage from Bahama Bucks. Really saved the day working through the technical difficulties, and then Bahama Bucks for giving us a lot of equipment to use. Really fun effort. I know I'm forgetting people. Matt Dowdy for setting
Matt
up a lot of
Dowdy,
this stuff for
Texas
us.
Tech Athletics, Robert Giovanetti, Texas Tech Athletics, the ticket office for giving us this really cool helmet that we've got here in the middle. They were watching downstairs, by the way, too. So lots of fans.
And go watch the basketball game tonight.
Great State Hat Company for the awesome hats.
I love the hats. I will say, it says "Make Lubbock Great Again," right? That's what it says.
The
Because
correct.
Lubbock never was there a time where Lubbock wasn't great?
Athletically,
Yeah.
there was a time.
But that's
There was definitely
There was a time, but it's a
There was
new
a time.
era in Lubbock. 2025 is a new era. Well, boys,
Yep.
great to see you guys in person. This has been a lot of fun. We'll do it again next year, all right?
Yep.
All
Thank
right,
you,
well,
guys.
for Conrad, Clayton, and Zyler, I'm Brennan signing off here from Jones AT&T Stadium live from the Broadway Shuffle. We'll see you guys on Monday.
Thanks, Brennan.
Wreck 'em.